Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, it's Mike at TradeWinds RV Center here to congratulate you on your Catalina Expedition 192 FQS travel trailer. I'm gonna walk you around it, show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start talking about arriving at your campsite. A couple things to take into consideration when you're parking. On your campsite, you have this big old awning you're gonna need to leave room for. On your off campsite, you've got a thin slide. But I also want you to think about where your power and water connections are going to be. Your power cord is going to plug in all the way on the rear corner here, on your off-camp side or your driver's side of your tow vehicle. And then your water is going to be just above your tire area here on the same side. So park accordingly so you can utilize the facilities at the campsite. Once you arrive and unhook our hitch, first thing we're going to do is level our unit. The unit comes with a power tongue jack. Night docking light should you arrive at night. Simply raise or lower the unit until you're level. Should you happen to lose power, under there, this hand crank will go in and gets this up and down if you lose power. So you can get this up and down. If you happen to lose battery power, speaking of that, check your battery post down and then make sure to wet. Those haven't wiggled loose over time. Once we got our unit level, next thing we're going to do is stabilize it. And it comes with hand crank stabilizing jacks here on the corner, 3/4 inch hand crank here. You can use a drill gun or a impact driver. I just recommend slowing down when you get to the bottom, because remember, our unit's already level at this point. All we're trying to do is stabilize it. So run these down, preferably on some stabilizing jack pads. I'm gonna recommend them. Those are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt, debris, hot blacktop in the summer. Going to better distribute the weight. Good investment. Use your 10% off coupon, grab a 4-pack, put them down, run these down just until they are taut. So once I have any type of resistance on my hand crank, that's when I want to stop. Remember, I'm already level, so I don't want to change that. I just want to support it. Go around, get all 4 of them down. Once we got our unit level and stable, we can hook up our power and water. On the rear here, little pistol grip power cord. So you go in to the left like this. Once it's in, turn it to the right and then put your black washer on. Big long 30 amp cord. It's about 30 foot long. At the end of that, should you need to plug into a 110, is a 30 to 15 amp reducer. Need you plug in at home or any other 110. Got your power hooked up. Let's hook up your water. At campsites, we're going to hook up to city water connection. First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi. It's going to protect the lines in your unit. You don't know what the water pressure is at different campsites, so always use this. Open that up, put that on, hook up your hose, but don't turn on your hose yet. We got one more step. Let's find your hot water heater. Yours is up toward the front on your off campsite. It'll look like that when not open. And all we're doing at this point, folks, is making sure our drain plug's back in there. Throw a little plumber's tape around that, not putty. Putty will gum up on you. Plumber's tape, I believe that's 1/8 on these. Get that in there nice and snug. Then you can turn that hose on. After that hose has been on for a little while, I want you to go inside and open the slide up. Mainly because I want you to get inside and open up all of your water taps. Get all the air out of the lines. Get a nice steady flow of water going through the unit. Shut the air shut the water taps off. Then you know your hot water heater is full, or by coming out here and lifting up on that pressure release valve. Then you'll know that your hot water heater is full, and you can go ahead and turn your hot water heater on from indoors. Let's say we're going to go camping and we're not going to use city water, or we're going to go boondocking or dry camping. In that case, we're going to fill up our potable water tank just above our hot water heater. No need for a water pressure regulator here. You can gravity fill this. Simply use a hose, container. If you're out in the middle of nowhere, pour it in there. Two ways to tell when it's full. One, there's an overflow valve right here. Or on the inside where you check the levels of your black and gray tanks, there's also a freshwater button. Once you see that freshwater tank's full, remove that hose, put your cap back on, and then whenever you want to utilize that water, you'll turn on your water pump. Don't turn on your water pump when hooked up to city water. That's already pressurized. All right, we're all set up with power and water. Let me walk you around the rest of the outside of the unit. Starting here on your off camp side. Again, our stabilizing jacks, magnet to hold this up for your big pass-through storage area. Your freshwater tank, your hot water heater. Down here's our low point drain, as well as our freshwater drain. On our slides, the sills you want to keep flexible. We've got a spray to apply to those. Pick you up a can of that, keep that with you. Throw that on a couple times a year, keep that nice and pliable. Over here is city water connection. Your black tank flush, we'll talk about that when we dump our black and gray tanks down there. This is a handle for your hot and cold shower. So you can actually set it up here and actually use it at a shower height outside. Wastewater holding tank and sewer holding tank. Or as we like to call them, black and gray tanks. We'll talk about that when leaving the campsite. Cable hookup for the campsite. Again, your power. Accessory hitch with your spare tire. To take the hitch down, just remove this cotter pin on both sides. Be careful. I prefer to just hold on to the tire as you bring it down. Remove the cotter pins and set it down that way. You got a ladder, utilize it. Bring this down, go up there and check the roof of your unit a couple times a year and caulk as needed with recommended RV roofing caulk. You're prepped for a backup camera. Under our campsite, you got a leash link for your pet. Quick connect LP down there. Big awning with LED lighting on your awning. You're only going to want to run that out until that white flap falls down to 90 degrees and you can see your bar. If you hold your button down when you run that out, that will continue to run itself out and start running themselves up backwards. So keep an eye on it when you're doing that. A couple outdoor speakers. It's a vent for your microwave. A couple 110s. Flue for your furnace. Two things. Make sure it's never blocked. And if you are running your furnace, steer clear. It does get hot. Come up front to your inverter here. You're prepped for solar. You can plug in solar panels here. They've already gotten you a level. So watch that while you're bringing your unit up and down. Got one on the front as well. Your propane does come with a cover. It is on a regulator with an automatic crossover. There's this whole video by Jacket, different components on YouTube, on your bike rack. And lastly, outside here is your battery disconnect. This will disconnect all the battery power to the unit. We'll talk more about that when we talk about your carbon monoxide and propane detector. So it covers everything out here. Take a look on the inside. Coming up inside the unit, first thing I like to point out is the fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camping with you knows the fire extinguisher is located by the entry doorway in case of emergency. Immediately to my left, underneath the fridge, is going to be your breaker box and fuses. A ton of 15s in there, a couple 40s. Highly recommend having some of those with you when you go camping. Directly across from that, 12 volt carbon monoxide propane detector. The reason I mentioned that's 12 volt, it's always running off your battery. So if you are out dry camping or boondocking, nothing plugged in charges your battery, this is constantly draining your battery. So if you are going to be gone for the day and you don't want this to drain your battery, go ahead and use your battery disconnect to keep this from running your battery down while you're gone. To my left is the Norcold Fridge. I'll take you to the controls on that. Top here, which is where you turn it on. So now you're on LP gas. Auto means when you're plugged in, you're running off electricity. As soon as you unplug, you're on gas. Right now it's showing auto and I'm plugged in, so it's AC. I can just make it AC or I can just make it gas. Auto is your normal setting. And over here, I think 1 through 5 being coldest. 6, nope, it'll take me to 9. Self-explanatory microwave above that. To my left, my control panel. So here's your brand new battery. There's your fresh, black, and gray tanks that they're all testing right now. DSA, here's where you turn on your hot water heater. Here's where you turn on your water pump if using potable water. Interior and exterior lights. My awning control. As I said, you don't want to run that out any further than there. Run that back in. While I'm in I'll show you below that is your slide room control. Your short slide over there. Up above me is going to be your smoke alarm. Finish running that back in here real quick. And I will shut off my exterior lights. Close the door and finish the tour. Continue, but I go right into my bathroom. When you arrive at the campsites, once you got water in here, give it a couple flushes, get some water down into your tank, and put your tank treatment into it. Hand crank open, power exhaust vent here. Light, 110 with GFCI reset. Underneath your sink, you got a little plumbing to maintain. It's all pretty much PEX nowadays, easy to maintain, but just remember you're bouncing a house down the road, check on things and make sure things haven't wiggled loose over time. Out of our bathroom, put that light off. Our sofa will jackknife down or give you a cup holder. 110 here. Above that, it's going to be your furnace. Get that running. Shut that off. Normally, almost all furnaces take a few minutes to cycle through before they shut off. I will go up to our AC here. Crank that up. That's super cold. Open up our quick dumps. And get chilly in here. So a fold away table, storage under here, shut it back off, storage here, here's your inverter. Remember, you only want to turn that on when you just need a burst of energy, and as soon as you are done with that, go ahead and shut that back off. Conex TV right here, I'll turn that on. When you get to your campsites, go in the menu. Go in.
Regardless of your health,
I'll show you here.
There's no
go in the menu. Go across to channel.
Best of all,
go down to the auto scan
a week,
and run a digital channel scan at the campsites when you arrive. Above that, your sound system looks like a remote for all that too. I'll just turn it on. Oops, it's a I turned it off. Turn that up. Took the Bluetooth. I'm going to take it off Bluetooth. Change our mode. Auxiliary. To FM. Doubt, but I'll see if I can pick up a channel inside this metal building here. Do a quick scan. Anyway, interior and exterior. Shut it off in here. Turn on outdoors. Turn on indoors as well. And a channel that'll come in without static. That's better. Bluetooth compatible with a nice sound system. You have a light and fan over your cooktop. This glass top folds back, makes a nice backsplash. Turn on your panel light. Turn this to your flame, hit your spark, there's your light. I'll show you all three of these working. Same thing on your oven. Turn this to your flame, spark it with this spark here. That'll light it, and then just turn this to the desired temperature. Rock that panel light down, becomes an oven light. Remote for your sound system as well as your exterior LED on your awning. I believe that about covers everything in here. You do have a hand open vent here with a exhaust as well. Little storage with some bedding. Act like we're leaving the campsite and close the unit up. First thing I like to do is walk through the unit and shut off all the lights. So start at the front of the unit, come to my control panel and just turn off my interior lights. Then I can see any lights that are accent throughout the unit. Go through, shut off all accent lights, which are all just this one touch. A lot of Catalinas have those. Come back and now turn on my interior lights. Make sure both my vents are closed, this one and the one inside. Now I'm going to say doors and drawers. Walk through the unit, make sure all doors and drawers are closed. Nothing's going to impede your slide from coming in. Nothing's going to break by the slide coming in. Get everything secure, come to our control panel, and hit in on your slide ring. You'll see it comes in rather quickly. Once we're in, shut off our interior lights and we can exit the unit. Biggest thing to remember on these steps is have your exterior door all the way open. Otherwise this could catch on it when it comes up. And also, these are adjustable by removing this cotter pin. That'll bring your feet up and down in case you're on level ground. Set that inside, lock it, and then before you leave the dump station, and I say that in case you want to get in here and check your tanks while you're dumping, before you leave, lock and deadbolt your exterior door, lift and turn that handle. That's how you want your door for travel. Alright, now if we're out boondocking, dry camping, we can come out here and empty our freshwater drain. Otherwise, if we're at a campsite, bring up our stabilizing jacks, unhook our power, our water, our cable, hook up our hitch, and head on up to the dump station. At the dump station, park accordingly. Your dump's going to be right behind your tire on your off campsite. Once you arrive, we've got 10-foot hose, comes with your convenience pack. Park so you can use it. Remove your dust cap there. Put this on and pull our black handle. Now it's going to be your sewage. Once that sounds like it's no longer draining, go inside, check, make sure it's empty. If it is, leave that black handle open. Grab that hose at the dump station along with that water pressure regulator. Come up here to this black tank flush, hook that up. Again, emphasizing with your black handle open. Turn that hose on and let that wash out your black tank. Let it run for a good 5 minutes. Guy behind you can wait 5 minutes. He's on vacation. Once that's done, remove that hose. Make sure all that washout you just put in there has drained. Then you can close your black tank and pull this gray handle. While my gray handle's going, I'll come up, dump these low point drains. I'm done camping for a while. I don't want my hot water heater full. Come up here, lift up on my pressure release valve. And just like that, it's going to dump some hot water. So keep your hands back. When that's done, push that back down, otherwise your door won't close. And then pull your drain plug for your residual hot water. Come on back here. Make sure that drain has emptied. If it has, remove it. Take your hose and conveniently and sanitarily store it right here in the bumper. Again, thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this Catalina Expedition for many years to come. Happy camping.